Hello everyone, and it may be time to check out the Elder Scrolls Online again because they have just announced that they are dropping the subscription fee for Elder Scrolls Online. The subscription fee is going to be completely optional now, and the game is not going free to play. It is retaining its buy to play status. It's also got a console release date of June 9th, so I decided to pre-order it. I'm going to pre-order it for PS4, I think. Because we can play it without PlayStation Plus, I'm pretty sure. They said that beforehand. Xbox One requires Xbox Live Gold, so it's not exactly subscription free on Xbox One. Same with free-to-play games. They're not exactly free-to-play on Xbox One because they require Xbox Live Gold for you to play them. That's a bone of contention, but we'll get back to the Elder Scrolls Online. So they are dropping the subscription fee, as I mentioned. It's no longer a requirement to play the game, which is very good. It's going for the similar model to Guild Wars 2 and the Secret World, what the Secret World adopted after about 6 months of release. It's going to basically give you, I guess, access to, the whole game. I'm guessing. What they have said is they will have a cash shop. We'll have costumes, XP boosters, and it will offer a subscription, of course. It will also give you which will offer in-game bonuses, I guess, and access to DLC packs. There's going to be DLC, so it's going to be, I guess, it's going to be similar to the Secret World, where you get the issues. If you buy the game, you can't say a free-to-play player, you're a buy-to-play player, you're a non-subscriber, we'll call it, and you get access to the Secret World, you get access to the basic game, but any of the add-on content, any of the issues they're called in the Secret World, are you have to buy them. You can buy them individually, or you can subscribe to get access to a lot of them. It looks like a model they're going similar. Now this launches, it's not going to be available right away. It's going to launch March 17th for the PC. Again, you can get ESO Plus, which is the subscription, which will give you access to all the DLCs, and I guess they'll give you some sort of bonus thing. The shop is, what was the shop called? I can't think where it is. The cash shop, it doesn't say where the cash shop is called. So I guess you'll maybe get some cash shop currency like SWTOR. So it's not going for the complete free-to-play model. I think it's a good thing because I played it when it launched, Elder Scrolls, and to be honest, it wasn't worth subscribing. That was the big thing. I thought it was too grindy. I didn't really honestly get hooked on it. The combat was too laggy, really. I hope they fixed that. It was very buggy at launch, I remember. I played it for, I think, about 3 weeks. I think I stuck it out after launch, and it was kind of buggy, and it suffered from a few performance issues on the PC. I do have a new PC, so it would be nice to run it again. So I will wait till March 17th, and then we'll check out ESO again, because we don't have to subscribe to it, which is good. Again, I assume as someone who bought the game, I can just access it, because I paid for it, I guess. You know, I've already bought the game up front. I bought it at launch. I assume all returning players, again, it's a good move, actually. It's a pretty smart move. I mean, going free to play means that you have to kind of restrict access in some way. If you look at SWTOR, for example, when we went free to play, we had a lot of restrictions put in place. Things like XP gain, hotbars, which is I still don't like that. You only get 2 hotbars because I'm running with 6 hotbars, which is I think it's the maximum we can have as a subscriber is 6 hotbars. And again, well, in fact, I'm running with 5 actually, not 6. I should say 5. 6 is the maximum you can have as a subscriber. I think it's 2 is the maximum you can have. 3, is it 2 or 3? I think it is the maximum you can have as a preferred. In SWTOR. So they had to do stupid things like that. I think SWTOR would have been much better as a buy-to-play game, honestly. Because that way you're making an investment, so you expect something good in return. You know, you don't expect just to get screwed as a buy-to-play player, because you're still investing in the game. You're still making that upfront investment, and then it's up to them to convince you to make a larger investment. It's kind of like essentially just a traditional game in that sense, and it is coming out on consoles. I think it does make sense because then it's competing with things like Destiny, which doesn't have a subscription, and you know, a game like Destiny or DCUO on the PS4 and Neverwinter, which is coming to Xbox One at some point in early 2015. The beta is in February. I have signed up for the beta. Hopefully we can get into that beta and bring you some footage of that if we're allowed to. So that would be nice to check out. So it seems to be quite a good year for MMOs on consoles, really. We've already got Final Fantasy XIV on consoles. Still a subscription game, still hanging in there, but it's certainly going to boost the profile of ESO. I guess if you're a PC player, and a lot of people bought the game initially when it launched on PC. I think it sold around, did it sell around, I think it was about 1 million or 2 million copies. I don't have the exact figure, but I think there's so few people playing it right now. A lot of people didn't stick around, myself included, and I knew a few people who went from SWTOR to play ESO, and they didn't stick around much either. I think I got to level 12 or something like that. I found it a bit too grindy for the levels, and I thought, I'm not paying monthly for this because I'm never going to get to end game within a reasonable time frame. So I thought, nah, it's not worth it personally. But again, it gives you that drop in, drop out. You know, you could drop in for a couple of weeks, enjoy it, drop out without feeling forced to play it. That's the big thing, is with a sub game you feel kind of forced into playing the game. That's going to be at least something. I mean, it's what I do with the Secret World as well. I jump in, I jump out. I'll jump in for a day or two in the Secret World, play around with it. I do like the Secret World. It is a very good MMO, but it's not my main MMO. I can jump in, I can play it for a few days, and then I can jump straight out again, you know, and there's no obligation to stay. There's no subscription because I paid for the game essentially. But I do like the buy-to-play model. It's better than the free-to-play model, you have to say. Just because they can't put stupid restrictions on you, because hey, you're buying the game, you'd expect to get the whole kind of core game experience is what I want to say. The core game, you're going to get the core leveling, what is it, 1 to 50 in ESO, and then you get, what is it, legendary levels or something like that at end game. I don't know, I haven't kept up with it at end game, to be honest, but it's a good idea because it's going to get a lot of people who bought the game back into the game. I mean, yeah, most of them aren't going to spend any more money, but you know, if you get an increase in population, then there's a chance, you know, for that increase in revenue. Look at SWTOR again. SWTOR's revenue has jumped massively since it went free to play because it just has more people playing. And again, the more people you get playing, the more chance you've got of retaining those players. That's the biggest thing. If you can retain even just a small percentage of those extra players, it usually means a revenue increase for the game. Now being a subscription game, you are locked into paying a subscription, and that's one of the things that puts you off, because like, I gotta get my money's worth this month and I gotta play it, really. And you kind of, if you have other commitments or you have another MMO that you're playing, I think that's why no game has ever killed World of Warcraft. I mean, I know that ESO wasn't exactly marketed as a WoW killer, but other games have been come and gone as WoW killers, and the problem with that is that you're asking them to make a choice. You're asking players to make a choice. You can, you know, subscribe to WoW or you can subscribe to ESO. Now you can still play WoW as your main MMO, you can play SWTOR, you can play whatever you want as your main MMO, but then you can come in and check out ESO. You could buy it, you could come in and pay a one-time price and check it out. That's a much better model, if you ask me, than the you gotta subscribe to play it. I wish WildStar would take the same approach. It would be nice to see that from Carbine, because that's the big problem with WildStar, is again too grindy, and it's kind of similar to Elder Scrolls Online, really, only it doesn't have any pedigree. WildStar, that's the big problem with that, is it just doesn't have any pedigree. Now this is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to dig out some old ESO footage. So the footage is going to be very old for this. It's going to be footage I played at launch. I did some recording at launch, so it's going to have to go and dig into the archives and get some ESO footage. That's going to be fun to get. Yeah, we'll see what we get with that. So again, I think it's a good idea. I like the buy-to-play model as opposed to the free-to-play model and the sub model. But again, what do you think about it? What do you think of it? Are you going to check out the Elder Scrolls Online again? Are you going to check it out, or are you just going to ignore it and say it was a buggy piece of crap? I'm interested to see what's happened in it. I'm interested to see, you know, what's changed, and have they fixed some of the bugs, and have they made some improvements. That's always the thing about going back to an MMO that you haven't played for a while, is seeing what have they done, what's new. That's always one of the big things. So anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon, and goodbye.